All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Nave Eldar, and I am the CEO of the ARC Minnesota. And it is always my pleasure to talk to Project Search alumni and staff. And so we're excited to learn a little bit more about one today. And so we're going to start with introductions. And so we're interviewing people from all over the place, right? From many states and many locations. So we're going to start with telling us where you're from and your name and what your position is. And we are going to start with Mr. Kyle West.
I'm Kyle. I live in Bath Township in Hawk Hall. Am I still a cook at Mississippi State at Owen Hall?
Excellent. And this is Michigan. You're in.
Yes, this is
I'm
Michigan.
I'm only asking that because I'm from Ohio, and while it's a little easier for me to see Michigan State compared to Michigan, then it's still difficult a little bit. But we'll power through it, Kyle.
Yep.
And then if Brooke can also give an introduction of herself.
Yes, hello, I'm Brooke Locker. I'm the instructor with our Spartan Project Search program that is hosted at Michigan State University, located in East Lansing, Michigan. And I've been here for about 6 years. And previous to that, we had another instructor who ran the program for 2 years. So we're at 8 years total.
Perfect. Thank you. So let's get into it. We're going to start with Kyle and get to know him a little bit. So Kyle, tell us, how long have you been, and give us another recap of like your job and some of the duties that you do, and then how long have you been there?
I did public shorts. I did 2 rotations in public shorts. I didn't do the 3 rotation. I got hired after public shorts.
You did 2 rotations.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do the 3.
2018.
Yeah. I finished 2018. I didn't do the 3. I got hired after 2 rotation.
Okay, so you 2018,
Yeah.
and you did 2 rotations, and you got hired while you were like in your second rotation. Is that why you didn't do a 3rd rotation?
Yep.
Well,
He knew what he wanted to do. He liked it a lot.
Yeah.
You were locked in and they loved you and you loved it and
Yep.
and all of that. Okay, so what do you love about your job? What do you do that you love?
I'm a cook at Owen Hall right now,
Okay.
and our hall is our free hall, dining hall.
Okay. And so what made you have a love for cooking? Did you cook prior to that with at home, or did you like learn it there and
I just
learn
wanted
that
to
you
learn
loved
how to
it?
do it.
Okay. And so what kind of things do you cook?
You do chicken, steak, pork chops, all different stuff.
Okay.
Yep, veggies.
And
Yeah,
Tell
we
him
gotta
what
get-
kind of hall you work at, Kyle.
Huh?
He said Owen Hall.
The hall. What kind of hall?
I say Owen Hall.
But it's the allergy-free hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you have to be careful about like different allergies and things
Yeah.
like that. Okay. So this is kind of related to your job. So since you've learned to cook through Project Search, you learned that this is a job that you want to do.
Yeah.
You've been doing it for a minute now. So did you bring those skills home? Do you cook for yourself? Do you cook for your family?
No.
Kyle, what's happening here?
I just wonder how to do it.
Mhm.
He's joking, Kyle.
I know.
I know, I get it. I mean, it's hard to bring work home, for sure. So Brooke, let's get to know you a little bit. So what is your job? Like, what are your functions? How do you support the interns?
Yeah, so being the instructor, I have quite different roles. We have a classroom component where they learn instruction on different employability and independence skills, life skills. We do how to be a good employee, how to be safe, how to budget, how to eat healthy, that kind of stuff. We teach them traveling. We're lucky at campus that we have a CATA bus and
Mhm.
all of campus. So
Mhm.
students all learn how to walk safely, how to ride the bus to get to work. And then I also support them at job sites. So finding the different internships, helping work on the skills, support if they need a little extra help, that way. And I also have a skills trainer that helps and is very beneficial for the program there. And then follow along, I get to see a lot of the people like Kyle who are hired and working on campus. And we've even had graduates turn around and be the mentor or the instructor for our interns who are at the same job site. So it's really cool. We get to see it kind of full circle. And Kyle's gonna have to tell you, but he was promoted at work too. So he'll have to touch on that.
We
And
definitely
that's
have to
really
touch
cool
on
to
that.
see. And he served me the other day. I went 8-0 in Hall and he was telling me what they made and he served me up my lunch. So it was great.
Awesome. All right. Well, Kyle, like how many hours do you work? And I know we talked about, we'll get to transportation, but let's start with how many hours do you work? What days do you work?
25 hours.
Okay.
Like, you can't go over 25 hours.
Okay. And do you work weekends? Do you work mostly
No.
during the week?
This Monday to Thursdays.
Okay. And how do you, Brooke was talking about transportation training. How do you get to work?
My mom take me to work. My dad pick me up after the work.
Okay. 25 hours a week, weekdays, and you have transportation, I guess there. So what did you start as? Because we have to get to this promotion, right? What did you start as and what were you promoted to?
Student cook.
To student cook. Okay.
Before I was an on-call, they got hired to be a student cook.
Okay.
I was on on-call about 5 years. Then I got
And what did you do there?
like serving,
Serve the food.
children food.
Ah,
Then
okay.
after 5 years, I got hired to be a student
Oh,
cook.
now you make the food.
I made the food.
Got you. Okay, so you started off serving
Yes.
and then and now you're like in the kitchen doing the cooking.
I cook it behind. We have the station behind us. We cooked it on the hot top. We have a deep fryer cooked chicken, wing tenders.
But you also still serve if they need help.
Yeah.
Do you get to interact with the students and the staff that work there, or do you just drop the food off and keep it moving?
Now we put the food on the plate to give it to the students.
They tell you what they want.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Got you. And then so in Brooke, what do you do when you follow the students after they graduate? So what is your relationship with them like once they're out of the program?
So officially, I'm just another staff member out here, but since we get to be at the job sites where they're at, I get to kind of check in, see how they're doing. I have supervisors who will reach out if they might need a little extra help. It's really just great to see them. Like Kyle, I didn't get the pleasure of being his instructor, but I was
Right.
introduced to him out here. And so I get to say, hey, and he's come in and talked to our current year students and talked about all the success and even some of the hardships he's had. I've been able to use some of our internship connections to maybe look for jobs for future graduates. And yeah, so nothing really official, but I get to help and I get to be around them and I get to see all the things they're doing. So like Kyle, he used to wear a black polo as he was serving. And then I went in the other day and he's in a snazzy white coat. So
Gotcha.
that's really cool. I went into one of our other dining halls and we had a student who was serving and now she's running the front register, checking everybody in when they come in. She got moved to front of house. So it's just really cool seeing all the progress and then the pride. Every time I see Kyle, he has a smile on his face. He's like, hey, I'm working today. Like, it's just really, really rewarding and really great to see them finding a passion and being able to pursue that.
Yeah. Yeah. So we just mentioned challenges, and I'm gonna tell you, Kyle, we all got those challenges going on, right? I can give you a full list of them if you want after this, though, because nobody wants to hear from me. What are some of your challenges that you have on the job?
The challenging I do, I sometimes I ask people to help me out sometimes. Depends if I get stuck on something or like they tell me what they need to get done.
Yeah. So if you get stuck on something, like who do you turn to any staff, or do you have particular staff that you turn to?
I work with a couple of CPAs.
Mm-hmm.
Can you ask anybody?
Anybody I know I just ask for help with, like Stephanie or Jess or anybody else I could.
Okay. Okay. Now you said in 2018, right? That's when you
Yeah.
started there. So you worked there like when COVID hit, when the pandemic hit. So
Yeah.
what happened at work at that time and what changed at work during that time?
Uh,
Into a mask.
Yeah, I made a mask.
Yeah.
And then you were off work for almost a year.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
up for
wow.
4 years.
Yeah, once the students started up again, then he was able to be called back to work. And he did do transportation, like, Project Search he was trained to do. He did bus transportation before COVID, and then that kind of threw everybody for a loop and trying to get things back in order. So, but transportation, is what it is for now. But Kyle's willing to, where we moved now, try the blue bus. And so we're going to see how that goes for a little bit more independence with his back and forth to work from that. Did you want to tell him too, Kyle, what the challenges with like the annual um, compliance stuff and how they helped you out with that now?
Every year do compliance trainings every year for work
And it was kind of, well, we had to do it on what at home?
at home.
The
Videos.
computer. And what do they do now? Makes it better.
We need to do it in person. And it's not
Mm.
fair if we do it. It's not fair. It's all we do it.
In person. They
In
help you
person.
out, because before
But-
mom and dad had to help you out.
Yeah,
And watch
Yeah.
videos, but now it's more what
Yes.
interactive. You guys get a snack, you get to visit with other people.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's do some additional introductions. I know before we started talking, we all got to introduce ourselves, and but now for our listeners. So Patty, do you want to give a quick introduction of yourself?
Oh, sure. Sorry. My name's Patty West and I'm Kyle's mom. So thank you for this opportunity.
No, it's great. It's great. And while I have you, let me ask you a quick question because I'm gonna put you on the spot a little bit. So, I am also a parent of young adults, and it's so fun to watch them like go into the workplace and grow. And so, what kind of changes have you seen in Kyle since he's been working?
The change that Kyle, I think my husband and I can attest to with Kyle over the years is that he has just grown immensely. Project Search has just touched our lives in so many ways. I mean, he has a great job. He always wanted to be a part of Michigan State, and this is how he was able to do that
Mm,
and have that opportunity. His brother's gone to Michigan State.
mm,
I work here. This is our alma mater from that standpoint. And so this was his way to grow. He's been able to also touch base with, Special Olympics here on campus, has also been able to do the Best Buddies program when it doesn't interfere with the Lions game, right, Kyle?
Yep.
From that standpoint. But in his maturity and his growth, he's very independent. He takes care of his things. He doesn't translate his cooking necessarily all the way to home. Like they make really fancy eggplant and
yeah,
chicken tenders and all those kinds of things there. But he really has taken the reins of being more independent, going out in our community, doing his walking and his exercising and those kinds of things, socializing more so from that. So
yeah,
just the growth has been tremendous.
yeah. That's exciting. Like I said, just being a parent of young adults, it's always fun to see our kids grow and continue to grow. And Kyle, you're going to continue to grow even when you're old like me. I'm still pushing to move forward here. So let me ask you, I'm really curious to when you took that year off,
Hmm.
like how did you feel? Like did you miss work? I mean, work is so instrumental to, most of our day-to-day life. Was it a struggle waiting for them to open the cafeterias back up?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what kind of things did you do during that time?
I don't know what to do with
Yeah,
it.
I wasn't know what to do.
You
Yeah.
got a dog, right, Kyle?
Yeah.
There you go.
We were home
Yeah,
also. His mom and dad, we were also home, stuck at home. Because I'm
yeah.
a public school teacher, so I was home too. So we were all just at home.
Yeah, yeah. And so you get back to school, you start making your income again, right? Because we were missing that. So what are some things that you do with your money now that you're making some cash?
Just not spending on something on my dad putting the my second account on my civic account.
So,
Mm-hmm.
What do you do with it, Kyle, though?
play golf,
Play golf,
Okay.
sporting events.
sporting events, watch TV with my dad with sports on.
Okay.
You get new, what? Grip? What do you just do on your golf club?
Just getting new grips.
You got new grips on the golf club. So are you good I golf, but I'm terrible. So are you good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna not go to my old boy.
Not as good as your other brothers.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what he is really good at is bowling. We had an
Yeah.
alumni bowling event and he came and he had like spin and he had this move and he whooped all of us. He did so good. I was like, Kyle, where'd that come from? So he's really good at bowling too.
I was in a bowling team in high school.
Oh, okay. So you were like a competitive bowler.
Yeah.
Okay.
He went last week for the first time in about a year, and he shot at 222 on his second game.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what we said.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, that is impressive.
What you do, Kyle, when we did last summer with Nick, the new thing that we did over at the courts.
Oh, pickleball.
Pickleball.
We got into pickleball.
Okay. And I have yet to play pickleball. So how did you enjoy that? Or is golf and bowling more your thing?
Pickleball's fun. It's fun. You do that. We even on family occasion, people kind of put pickleball out there.
Something you can do
Okay.
really.
Yeah.
And so I know you like sports a lot. It sounds like you like watching sports, you like doing sports. Are there any other activities that you're able to do because of your employment? Do you get to, I don't know, go to the movies or travel or do anything like that?
Yeah.
PlayStation, you do PlayStation a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. I put push in a lot.
You go on
Yeah.
vacation, you go up to Traverse
Yeah.
City, golf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do
And
the off
PlayStation,
weekends and
Yeah.
family vacations.
Yeah.
fun, good stuff. And PlayStation is not cheap. I know I also have a gamer in my house that can put some money into that as well. We talked about like your growth and that you got a promotion and all of that. What other ways do you feel like you have grown since you've been working in this job? Do you feel like you're more outgoing? Do you are able to just participate in things more? How do you feel like you've changed because of the job?
The people at work are doing a good job. I get what's it called, Dad?
What's that?
I would see I get like sip star.
Oh, yeah, he's been the star worker
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
of the month for like, well, I don't know, 3 or 4 times, haven't
Yeah.
you, lately?
Yeah. And do you ever interact with the current project search interns? Do you talk to them or mentor them at all?
Me and Michael get together sometimes.
Yeah, he has a good
Yeah.
friend, Michael, that they do stuff, but like the ones that are in the work right now, do you have some interns at Owen Hall?
No,
No project search people at your hall?
no.
You have
Oh.
Marie, who else do you work with there, Kyle? Maria?
Maria.
Mhm.
And these are
So
project search.
Maria was a project search
Mhm.
Yep.
employee too.
And Kyle has come in, I think it was like my first year before COVID hit. He came in and did like an interview with my current students.
Yeah.
And I will say I didn't know Kyle. He was kind of like, hey, he was a graduate, talk to him. But I have seen him even from when he came in and talked to my students, and he would never have done this interview, I would say. He was kind of quiet and kind of shy and not quite sure what to say. And
Yeah.
now it's like, oh, hey, Brooke, and he waves down the thing, and I see him interacting with customers, and
Uh-huh.
he's always helping them. And honestly, I think the only reason he hasn't come back into the class is that he starts work at like 8:15, and that's
Yeah.
our classroom time, and he's not missing work, which I don't
Yeah.
blame him. And he wants to be on time, and he's like, no, don't pull me from there. So I think, Kyle, I'm speaking for you, but I think you would definitely come talk to them if it matched with your schedule, but he
Yeah.
prioritizes work, which I don't blame him about. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I started at 8:30.
Yeah, 8:50, but you get there at 8:50.
Yeah.
And so if you don't have time to, some may be watching this right now, like
Yeah.
what advice do you give to people who are in the internship right now? What advice would you give to them?
The first I give them
It's,
this
it's a great program.
it's a good program and help you learn a lot, like find you a job.
Made a lot of friends too, haven't you, with your
Yeah.
co? How many people? I went to lunch a couple weeks ago with my friend, and there, and Kyle and Maria were there, and how many people came up to us and were like, "Oh, you're Kyle's mom and dad," and he does such a great job. He's so great to work with. So I think his comrades have that's helped him too as well grow, knowing that you have all those nice coworkers there, huh, Kyle?
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the things I loved about your journey is that, like you said, I think it's unusual that somebody like finds something in their second rotation and doesn't even go to their third rotation because they're so sure.
Yeah.
But being unusual is not a bad thing, right?
Yeah.
So how important is it to work in a job that you love? Would you say, if you were talking to other students, like how important is it to find something that you really like to do?
Like,
It's important.
it's important for me.
You look forward to going to work, right?
Yeah, it's important to go to work every day.
You look forward to it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you, and I imagine it would be difficult to go to a job that you didn't love, right? Especially because you've been there for, oh gosh, I'm trying to do the math on this here, for 7 years, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. And so where do you plan on staying in this position, or do you plan on maybe looking at other things in the future, or are you like
Maybe
super
when
happy?
kind of get a full-time job next year
Maybe,
working.
maybe get a full-time job eventually.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I love that you're thinking about maybe getting a full-time job.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what about in life? Do you have any plans? Like, let's say you get a full-time job and it's like 3 or 4 years from now. Is there anything else that you would like to do? Like, do you think about getting a car or
Yeah.
You want us a golf cart, don't you, Kyle?
I don't know.
Just
Oh, he said, I don't know.
Maybe
The
get a
car, he said yes. The golf cart, he said, I'm not sure. So fun questions for you. Okay. And Brooke, I'm gonna ask you fun questions too. And I'm sorry, I felt like I left you out a little bit. I heard that you like to watch sports. Who is your favorite sports team and who's your favorite player?
What's your favorite sports team?
Well,
Anything,
any sports.
anything.
Oh,
Michigan
really?
Yeah, in Michigan State.
or Detroit Lions
Yeah,
Oh, and you like the Detroit Lions.
and Tigers.
in Tigers.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, that's good. Um, and they're good, right? Like the Detroit Lions, they've been
Yeah.
having a couple really good seasons, unlike my Cleveland Browns. Let's not even talk about that, Kyle. But don't laugh. That's not polite to laugh at my poor, pitiful Browns. And then I think I also heard that you like to watch things with your dad. What do you like to watch? Either movies or TV shows?
Surviving, watch Survivors. Yeah.
Excellent. And then Brooke, what about you? What are some of your favorite shows or movies or books?
Oh, well, I'm gonna go sports first, and
Okay.
Michigan State and basketball, of course.
Okay.
We have a game here in just a little bit, so I'm pumped for that. I like any kind of mystery or crime books.
Okay.
And shows very similar, I think. Yeah. I have 2 younger kids right now, so we do a lot of Disney Channel, Disney Plus all the way, all the time. But yeah, I've been out here at Michigan State since I was 6 months old. I'm an alum, so I bleed green and white for sure. So that's where. So Kyle
Wow.
and I got that going on.
Wow. So I am fully
You
outnumbered.
get season tickets for football and basketballs. You get season tickets.
For
Yep.
the college
Yes, for Michigan
games
State.
Yeah.
for Michigan State.
And Kyle helped save his money to buy part of those tickets for himself, so that he's part of that with his brothers and his dad to split. So, huh,
There
Kyle?
you go.
Yeah.
Good
Even though
for
we
you,
split it, he goes
Kyle.
to most of the games.
Yeah.
Wonderful talking to you, Kyle, and you,
Yeah.
Brooke, as well. And I like I said, I love your journey. I love when people what's really important is that people find something that they enjoy doing, because you're a testament to when you find something that you like,
Yeah.
you stick to it. Like, right? Like you can work there for 7, 10. We're gonna turn around, you're gonna be having your 10-year anniversary. And I also want to wish you really good luck in finding full-time work, whether that's at Michigan State or somewhere else. And then, of course, I want to wish you luck on your sports teams. Anyway, and it was nice meeting mom and dad as well.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You.
All right. Bye.
Bye.